What's up YouTube, this is Coding for Noobs and welcome to your 10th Java programming tutorial. And in this tutorial I'm going to be going over a few different operators. So what an operator is it pretty much changes how we can use either our while statements, or our while loop, and our if statements. And to do this, what we're going to do is we're going to delete our while loop from our last program. So we're just going to delete like all our input and our checking stuff here, and we're gonna leave our import java.util and our scanner stuff. So pretty much all we have right now is we've imported java.util so we can use the scanner, and then we've declared a variable, an integer variable called value, and we set it to 0. Next we're gonna do is prompt user for input. So we're gonna say system.out.println. So we're gonna write to our print. Sorry, not println, I don't want to print the whole line, just to make it look neater like I said before. So we're going to print out and prompt the user, please enter in a value. And then we're going to set value equals input.nextInt. So this is nothing new yet. All we've done is prompt the user to say, hey, give me a value, and then we're going to store the value, an integer value, and then we're going to store that value in our variable called value. Next, we're going to do is we're going to do some process. And what we do under our process section of our code is pretty much we either manipulate our user's input or we decide what to do next. And pretty much what we're going to be doing right now is some decision making. So I have a few different operators we are going to be going over today, and I'm just going to post them in here. That way you guys can see the order that we'll be going through them. And we're going to have operators, and we're going to have one, the equals, which is equals equals. Then we're going to have two, which is not equal, which is boom. And then we have three, not. Four, we'll be going over the and. So we have and then the fifth, which is or, which the only one we've used before so far was the and operator, and pretty much we said if something is equal to something and less than something, so if a value is equal to 100 and less than 200, then we do code. Otherwise we do some other kind of code, or we just go to the next set of code. So really quickly we're going to run through and do if value equals 15, system.out.println true, and then we're going to have an else system.out.println false. So really quickly, I'm just going to show you how this equals equals operator works. So pretty much the equals equals operator will compare an integer to another integer or a double to another double. Please note actually right now that you can't use equals equals with strings in Java. I will show you later how to compare strings when we start using them later on in these tutorials. But for now, just know that we can use equals equals to compare like numbers or booleans and stuff like that. Anyways, so basically what we're going to try out first is this equals equals, the equals equals operator. And actually really quickly I'm just going to do a while true so I can keep showing you guys the different results that we get. So I'm just going to throw a while loop around here, and then just to make it look a little bit neater, I'm just going to push all these forward. Boom, boom. Okay, so what we're saying is infinite loop around this block of code, and then I'm going to actually throw the prompt in there as well so we can keep entering in different values. Perfect. Now we do process 2. Okay, so let me go over this one more time before we run through this code. Infinite loop, prompt user at the beginning of the loop to get a value, and then we decide, or we check to see if the value is equal to, which is our first operator, 15. If it is equal to 15, then we do true. Else, we do false. So when we hit run driver, please enter a value, 23. It's not equal to 15, so it's false. So when we run this, value is set to 23, and then if value is equal to 15, which it's not, so we go to else, we output false, sorry. Next time, when we do 15, it'll say, is value equal to 15? Yes, it is. Output true, skip the else block, and start the loop again. So this is how the equals operator works. Two operators that I'm actually not going to be going over to is the less than and the greater than operators, which can also be combined with the equals to. So you can say less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to, or less than and equal to. We've used them before, so I really don't think they're necessary to go over in this tutorial. If you have questions about them, feel free to let me know. But yeah, so our next operator we're going to go over is not equal. So pretty much it says, is the value anything but 15? So is our user's input anything but 15? Enter true. Otherwise, we're going to say it's false, meaning that the value was 15. So when we run our driver class now, and it restarts, we're going to say 23, true, because 23 is not equal to 15. 16, true, because 16 is not equal to 15. 15, false, because 15 is equal to 15. So we skip this block of code and we move into this block. So that's how the not equals operator works. The not operator pretty much works the same. It's more for booleans though. So actually I'm going to skip this operator for now, and we're going to go over it later when we start working with booleans. So I'm just going to put a star here and say skipped until further notice, but pretty much just know that it works the same as like the not equal to, but instead of having not equal to right here, we can say is value equal to 15, and then we have to wrap it and say another set of parentheses, and pretty much this comparison here is going to return a boolean value of either true or false. And then all we do is we put something like this here. So if the value is equal to 15, then it's true. So if not true, then we so if it's equal to false, so any number but 15, then we go here, otherwise we go here. It's a little bit confusing to explain right now because we haven't used booleans really yet. So just for now, we're going to skip it. And I'll explain it a little bit more, like in better detail later. The next thing we're going to do is the AND operator. So we're going to have if value equals to 15, and value is, say, greater than 10. So we've already seen this one before, and basically we know we can pretty much do two different comparisons, in the same statement. So we're saying, is the value equal to 15, and is the value less than 10? So if the value is equal to 15 and less than 10, then it's true, otherwise it's false. So when we run this code, or greater than 10, sorry, not less than, I kept saying less than. So when we run this code and we say 23, it's going to be false because the value is not equal to 15. But when we enter in 15, it's going to be equal to true because it is equal to true, and it is equal to 15, and it is greater than 10 because 15 is a higher number than 10. The last operator we're going to go over, which we will probably be using a lot actually, is the OR operator. So pretty much it's exactly how it sounds. Is the value equal to 15 or is it greater than 10? Return true. So it checks to see if this is true or if this is true. And as long as one of them is true, we go here. Otherwise, we go to the next block of code. So we run this, we can say 9. It's going to be false because value is not equal to 15 and value is less than 10. But if we enter in something like 23, it's now going to be true because value is not equal to 15, however, value is greater than 10. So that's how the OR statement works, and I don't know if you've already realized it, but it actually comes in handy when making certain applications. Yeah, so that's it for this tutorial with the operators. I'm sorry I kind of messed up when I was trying to explain this not operator, but it doesn't really make sense for me to explain this until we do more booleans, and for those of you who don't know, booleans are a value of true or false. And we'll get into those a little bit later. I think I asked you guys just to look up a quick like data type reference in one of the first tutorials, and if you did, then you already know what booleans are. If not, I'll introduce them when we need them in a little bit later of a tutorial. But right now, we're just going to stick to our integer and our scanner. You can play around with this code if you want, maybe try different operators together and see how they work. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you have any questions about how the operators work or whatnot, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.